Energy Studios Birmingham. Please welcome your host, T-Bone is Gaming.
Thank you very much. Hello, good evening, and welcome to another live stream for the 15th of April 2025. T-Bone, where have you been? Busy. Really? Yes, busy. Trust me. I'll get into that later. It's currently 12 degrees C. It is mostly cloudy in Birmingham today, albeit we have had some wonderful spring weather. In fact, temperatures have even got up as high as 22 degrees C. So it's been rather lovely. So plenty of time to potentially sit out in the garden and enjoy the sunshine. Although I've been busy sort of practicing and doing all sorts of things. Tonight it is the triumphant return of Derail Valley. We are currently in the Harbour and town, so let's take a look at what jobs are available, and we shall take it from there. It is lovely to see the people in chat. I can already see Wolfgang there, and as usual, keeping the home fires burning and sitting downstairs on the sofa, watching in beautiful high definition, or even ultra high definition for that matter, is my mother. Hello, Mom. She's waving. Okay, I think that's enough introduction for the moment, so let's get on with the show, shall we? Took me a while to find buttons. All right, so here we go. Right, what time is it in the valley? It is 20 to 6, but I don't know whether is that morning or evening. Don't know. It looks like morning. So let's have a look, see what jobs we have. Right, so I'm not really interested in shunting jobs, so those can go. Yes, Wolfgang says hi, Mother. She's probably waving again just to say hi back. That's what she's like. We were having a brief conversation just before we started, although she was spending an age in the bathroom. It's a special day today. Ooh, hang on. What, for you? Let me guess. Is it your birthday? Right. If it's Wolfgang's birthday, I'll know what that means. I'm gonna have to get the trombone out. Right, so let's get rid of those. Right, so we have got City South, Feed Factory, another Feed Factory. Yeah, it was a good guess. I don't know if I'm right. Anniversary of your channel being open? Don't know, that's Hazmat 2. We can't do that. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, Food Factory. Okay, so we've got Food Factory. Farm. Ammonium nitrate, that's Hazmat 2, so we can't do that. Oh, I'm right. Oh, hang on. Right, okay. Oh, God. Ugh. I haven't warmed up, you do realise. There you go. There you go. Round of applause, I think. There you go. Happy birthday, Wolfgang. He's 21 years young, plus a lot of tax and VAT and car insurance and everything else. Oh, dear. So there you go. Yes, I will bring the trombone out. Right, where was I? You're welcome. Right. Come on, you don't get this on any other stream ever on YouTube, on my little corner of the internet, do you? Right, so okay, we've got 2 jobs for goods factory. I've got Forest South, Forest central. I normally do this off camera, but I thought, you know what? Let's take you along for the journey. 2 jobs for goods factory. I've got 2 jobs for machine factory. 231 tons and 55 tons. That's pretty light. Although, look at this sawmill. Ooh, yes, please. I think it's going to be the sawmill, guys. Let's see, that's what, getting on for over 40 grand plus bonus if I do it right. So that's going to be over 1,000 tons, isn't it? Yeah, it is pretty much. Okay, so we're looking at those 2 jobs. So let me take that one. Okay, so that one's in C3I. C3I. So let's take that one, and this one is in B3I. Because of course it is. Okay, so we need to shunt them together, and then I'm going to decide what loco to use. Yeah, it's definitely getting... It's early in the morning, so that's a good thing. Okay, we've got a 282. Oh, that's good. Which is what we're planning to use, actually. So that's fine. That's currently waiting for me. Not so good for shunting, though. Let's have a look. The B yard and the C yard are over here. Can I get a shunter? I can get a shunter, but the shunter's there. So what I'm going to have to do is switch that. All right. Is there any pressure left in the steam loco? Getting saluted on a trombone. Well, you'll find that out. Yeah, I've never saluted anyone on a trombone. I mean, I've played in a marching band in my youth. Because I went over to Derail on the Normandy coastline with a marching band, and it was actually I think it was a band that was based on the Isle of Wight. But at the time, I was a musical director of a brass band in Birmingham, and the secretary of the band just so happened to go over to the Isle of Wight and was talking to the local British Legion there. And the next thing you knew, we struck up a conversation, and all of a sudden we're going to Normandy. We're going to Normandy every year. But marching is an interesting experience. I've never done it before. Although for some reason, I don't know why, they put the trombones at the back of the band. Yeah, that's really sensible. Although I didn't prod anyone with the slide. I was very, very careful. Okay, so there's plenty of steam pressure, so I can actually move this forward. Although I remember once the band had to come to an emergency stop. And I just clattered into the musician in front. Oh my goodness, it hurt my chops. D-Day. Yes. Yes, well, we all know what... Well, Wolf and I know what D-Day is. So just to give the audience... Just to clue in the audience, Wolfgang's is actually coming out to the UK. And he's going to spend some time with me. So that's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to it. So that'll be interesting. So, yes, I'll have a crazy Swede... over in the house. I'll warn you, Wolfgang, this house is a little bit dilapidated. You know, it's not as if the roof's leaking, but it's been a while since it's been decorated and everything else. It was mainly because my late father, God rest him, he was very much Mr. Round to it. And it certainly shows in the house, it does. In fact, I need to go backwards. I just realised. Now, I've got to try and remember controls on this. Yeah, okay. So that's that, and that's... Yeah, that breaks off. Okay. Right, will you move? Given that amount of steam pressure. Of course, it would help if I took the handbrake off, wouldn't it? blimey, that's slow. Right, what? No, don't worry. The house isn't going to fall apart. It was built in the it's stood since the Victorian age, so we're fine. So in my case, I live in a three-bedroom Victorian terrace with my mother. And then you might think, hang on, doesn't your mother live with you? Well, yes, in many respects she does, because in a few weeks' time the house will be mine. So yeah, I'll be a homeowner. So that's something else that's changed. This isn't going so well, is it? It's just going. It's sort of. Am I missing something? That might help. Don't know if the air compressor's on. Did you see all the running gear slowly turning? Okay. Come on, give me a clue. Okay. Train brake. Definitely off. Yeah, okay. So that looks fine. No, I don't need you. Go away. Okay. Now I'm going to put a little bit more oomph then into the cylinder. Still not having it. I don't know what's going on. All right. The handbrake's off. Yes. Okay. All right. It's going in full reverse. It should be going like a bat out of hell. Yes. Right. I mean, that's a huge amount of pressure in the steam chest there, and it's not it's hardly moving. To me, that suggests that something going on with the brakes. Okay. Right, what's going on? Ah! Spotted it! The brakes are cut out. There's always one thing, isn't there? T-Bone, you had one job. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and all I wanted to do was that. Quite literally. Just move it so I could get it out of the way and then shunt the job together. All right, good. So now that we've worked that out... Just goes to show what happens when you haven't actually streamed in a couple of months. And you haven't played this particular game in a couple of months either. Yes, I know. Speaking of failing things, right, you may have noticed there is a link in description to DMW Gaming. It's he's someone that I collaborate with occasionally. In fact, I was a guest on his channel at the weekend, and you can see me gallivanting around. Well, you can hear me talking to him while we play Railroads Online, including a moment where, yeah, to say that I have a bit of a, well, T-bone moment would be about right. Oh dear. But hey ho, you know, such is life. But hey, you know, you wouldn't have me any other way, would you? In fact, I was looking when I last streamed. February. What? Yeah, February. Good Lord. So much has happened. At the moment, I'm just trying to concentrate on what I'm doing, which is always a good idea. Okay, let's get the little D2. Shut the big steamer out of the way. Just hoping the forecast in the valley is nice weather today, because I don't want to try and do this when it's raining. Certainly not. Okay, good. All right then. Okay, let's start you up. Don't need the cab light on, really. Okay, handbrake off. Yeah. Cut the brakes in. Yeah, it's one thing that came in during the update, and it's a good update, don't get me wrong, as part of B99, but when you haven't played the game for a while, it does catch you out. So while I'm shunting this out, we do have another good piece of news, which is an Older Gamer's Perspective did subscribe to the channel. In fact, I was having a chat with him. So Older Gamer's Perspective is another YouTuber. He's got a couple of thousand subscribers. And he actually covers sim racing. So if you're interested in that, then by all means, subscribe to his channel and give him, you know, give him my regards. I'm sure he'll love it. But yeah, he had a look at my channel and said, oh, trains. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't seen a channel that does that for a while. Or ever. So I'm thinking, okay, fair enough. Now then, C yard. C yard and B yard is what I need. Okay, that's far enough. Okay, so we've come back to there. We need to come back to C yard, don't we? C and B. There's C. There's B. Okay, and what job are we looking for in C yard? Hold on. I'll tell you in a minute. It is FH59. Okay, freight haul 59. Okay, good. Okay. All right, let's get going. Except that's the wrong way. We need to go reverse. There we go. I mean C3 loading. Hold on. Just a minute. Oh, you idiot. No, G30 in the bloody harbour and town. You read that wrong, you idiot. Stop. No, that's where it's got to go to. It's not where... Oh. Right, okay. G30. Let's have a look. Old chair, broken table, worn sofas. Well, actually, the sofas aren't in bad condition. They're fine. Chairs downstairs are fine. Table hasn't broken. No, nothing like that. Unless you're talking about your place, of course. Yeah, G3 outbound. Okay, so let me change the points. Okay, so let's back it up. Or forward it up, as it were, because, yeah. Let's go and get it. Or we could go... It actually... hang on. We could go... Can we go forwards and through? Yes, we can. Okay, let's do that then. So I am going to... Instead of that, I'm going to do... Right there. Left there. Yeah, and do that. So I'm going to go past it. And do it that way. Oh, you meant on the wagons. Oh, right. Is that what it was? Wood scrap, yeah. I thought you were talking about the house. Good Lord. No, the main thing with the house is it hasn't been decorated for a very, very long time. And it does need doing, but at the moment, with the way that things are worked out work-wise, I can't afford to do it. But that could all change over the next 6 months. And it all depends what happens in the next few weeks. Okay, let's get around these wagons, and then we can pick them up and then reverse them in. Looks like wood scrap's all right, doesn't it? Yo, boy! Hello. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. To use a Madness song, welcome to the House of Fun. If you've joined us before, well, welcome back. And if you haven't, then welcome for the first time. Okay. So I need to go right on that one and left on this one. Let's back it up. Welcome to the rails of chaos. Yeah, that's true. Yes, riding the wheels of steel. That could be worse. I could be playing a space simulation. Oh, speaking of which, what was it I saw today? Oh, Jeff Bezos's sort of spacecraft that kind of goes, I think it goes about as high as a U2. So I think it goes technically into space for half an hour or so or whatever. But there was various rich women that had gone up on it, and one of them was Katy Perry. But what got me was when they actually got up to space, she was too busy filming herself and going, promoting her album and all this other stuff. I think, look out of the window! For goodness sake, she could do that anywhere. She's experiencing weightlessness and zero gravity and all this sort of stuff, and she's more preoccupied with going, throwing heart symbols in front of the camera. Oh, for Pete's sake, some people. I mean, if that was, can you imagine on Apollo 13? I don't know whether, if they were doing those sorts of things, I don't know whether they'd survive. It has to be said. Good Lord. You do wonder about some people. Right, door! As I slowly creep forward. Oh, that was a good thunk. So, no, don't get that one. So that was one thing that caught my eye on the news today, in the news. And just to add, and then she was going, oh, this is a wonderful thing for feminism and everything else. I'm thinking, you do realise that astronauts, like proper astronauts, including, astronauts like Helen Sharma, did a hell of a lot more training than you did. Apparently the training was how to get into and out of the capsule, and how to put the seatbelt on, and probably how to get into and out of the spacesuit. Not that it looked like an overall. It wasn't like a proper EVA spacesuit, but good Lord. Oh, I do despair for humanity sometimes. I really do. Right. Okay, that's nicely building up air pressure. Okay, where's the next part of this job? That's a good question, actually. Are there steam engines here? Yes, there are. In fact, I will be using a steam engine today. I'm just using the diesel, this little diesel electric, in order to shunt the job together. Right, so that's E10 is where I need to get to next. So probably the best thing to do is to go forward and then whack this on the back. Yes, so I'll be driving the mighty S282 today. Not the first time I've done it either, but it's definitely a challenge, and I'm still learning. Even though in season 1, I did a fair amount of it. But the thing about it is the mechanics have completely changed. Oh, that's definitely a weight. It's... Alright, let's start cooking some traction motors. But this is exactly what a shunter's good at. So last time I streamed, which was a good couple of months ago now, I was telling you that I'd actually got an interview, and it was for a company called Services for Education, which is a non-profit organisation in the city, which provide tuition of instruments to schools. So the schools buy in the services from SFE. SFE then provide the service. So I went for a job as a brass teacher. Now, I spent a lot of time practicing and working on it and everything else, which is why I was away for a good month, because I was focusing on this interview. I even had a mock interview with a life coach before doing it. So I got to the interview. I must admit, I arrived at the interview 5 minutes late because I don't know what it is about Google Maps. As fantastic as it is in a car, go on foot with it, it's useless. It guided me completely in the wrong direction. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. And but I did the interview, and it went really well. And the feedback I got was, well, you're well prepared, and you've done really well at the interview. Hang on a minute. Oh! Okay, so what I need to do now is wait for this to go past. Bring up the remote. Everyone's panicking now. Oh, I am panicking now. It's not bloody paired. Hang on. No. No. Come here. Now it's paired. All right. Hang on. Okay. Now it's paired. Ah. All right. Train brake, please. But yeah, they said, you know, you're really well prepared and you've done really well at the interview. The only thing is, I don't have any experience of teaching brass instruments as a whole class. Which, to be fair, no, I haven't. I've taught in schools in the past, but normal music classroom teaching, and that's a completely different thing. So I have to have, so they're doing a placement, which I've got to do voluntarily. For 4 weeks to see how well I get on over just after Easter and I think that goes up to the start of June, at which point, oh, where am I now? No, I didn't want to go there. At which point I will find out whether they want to take me on or not. And if they do, then I'll start part-time, and I will be a brass teacher in September. Looking forward to it. If that does happen, then I've spent years practicing and playing brass instruments, but mainly trombone. In fact, if you do wind back to near the start of the stream, you'll see that I've actually played Happy Birthday to Wolfgang. Which is a service that is exclusive to this channel. But feel free, audience, if you feel free to ask me any questions or have a chat to yourselves, amongst yourselves, or chat to me. I really don't mind. Okay, here we go. Right, so into reverse, train brake. Oh yeah, it's on a hill, isn't it? Okay, so while that's backing up, okay, what job is it? Come on. We're going for FH40. There it is. Okay, so that's backing up it through that siding now. Okay, good stuff. So that's what I was mainly doing. Then shortly after that, I was playing at a big band, because I've been quite busy rehearsing as well. So on average, I've been rehearsing 2 to 3 times a week. So on Monday, I'm on the dep list for 3 bands, all big bands. And I was rehearsing for one band, and then all of a sudden, I went suddenly deaf in one ear. And it was really, it was quite something. So I went to the doctors, and I found out it was excess earwax. But it was causing me to feel quite nauseous and all sorts of things. So he recommended some drops, olive oil. And I tried that for a couple of days, and I thought, not working. So I went on to sodium bicarb, which did work. And the next thing you know, I think the earliest appointment I could get to actually get the wax removed was a week and a half. So I thought, I can't do with this. I'm sorry. So I ended up actually going on Amazon and getting an ear syringe and doing it myself. But the amount of stuff that came out was incredible. Although my mother was helping me. So she was holding the bowl like this. and all the earwax that's coming out. And I think she was feeling rather peculiar afterwards, but it doesn't surprise me because it's a bit gross. But yeah, I think the only thing I've got left is maybe a minor ear infection, which is, it's still there slightly, but it's way better than it used to be. And the only other thing I've had health-wise is food poisoning. Of all the ruddy things, food ruddy poisoning. Oh, goodness me. So yeah, I have been out of action for a while. And I suppose some people could say that I've also been touching grass and going out into the real world. Not a bad thing. It just means for you guys, you poor guys, it means that, you know, I've not been around. But hey, you know, these things happen. Hopefully Yo Boy's still there. Wolf's probably gone off and is watching Brutal Ball for a bit. But you know, people come in, people come out. It's the same with subscribers. People subscribe. Some people decide not to, and that's you know, that's your free choice. It would be nice if you did drop a like on the stream though. That does help out, as well as any comments. That's cool. Same with any interaction as well in the live chat when it comes to being an audience. That's cool. But I do realise this is the first stream back, so it might be a little bit on the quiet side, but that's fine. I can talk to myself. And no, I'm not mad. I've been checked. Well, I've had anxiety depression, so I don't know whether that makes me certified. It's an interesting thought. Oh. Okay, let's go a little bit quicker. Okay. I mean, this is perfectly safe, isn't it? Oh, okay. Let's launch those a little bit. Which means we need to catch up. There you go. Commence docking maneuver. Okay, that's good. I know I could do it from the remote, but this feels more authentic. There we go. Perfection. Look at that for a length. I'm talking about the train. Stop it. Okay, that'll do. I do wonder with this kind of weight though, whether I need maybe the DE2 as a potential booster engine for the steam loco. Right. Door! Okay, what else is going on? Oh, I may have mentioned this last time, but I can't remember if I did because it's been a couple of months. And I did watch, I think it was the first part of the stream, where I do a hell of a lot of rambling. But the other thing that's happening in June is I am going. How fast do the steamers go? The steamers are pretty darn quick. I think you can get over 100, but good luck in doing that with this sort of weight. Has to be said. But I'm going to Tank Fest this year, which is at the Bovington Tank Museum in Dorset. So that'll be good fun. And I'm meeting with a best friend of mine that's going with me. So we've got a bit of a boys' weekend. I'm looking forward. That's another thing I'm looking forward to. So certain things are happening. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a Y in order to turn the shunter around. Probably going to stick this on the front as a helper engine, because that's about over 1,000 tons. Okay, let's back it up. How much rolling stock can you hold if you can't even move? Well, in terms of the rolling, I mean, in terms of the amount of tonnage you can pull, it all depends upon the engine, really. I mean, later on, I'll probably have the license for the DE6, and if you put multiple DE6s together, you can pull so much, it's ridiculous. But we're hauling about 1,000 tons today. Certainly when it comes to the load, but then obviously you've got the weight of the actual locos themselves. So this will probably end up at about 1,200 tons, roughly. But in theoretically speaking, there's no limit. It's all to do with the capacity of what the locos are capable of. So, for example, the DE2 that I'm driving now, I've got a vehicle catalogue here. If I put that in my hand, it will actually tell you. I can actually flick through this, and if you look at the top right-hand corner, it will tell me exactly how much you can haul on the flat on a 2% grade, and also if it's raining. So it's useful information. It's the same with every loco in the game. Okay, this is whipping on. This is whipping on at quite a pace. Let's just slow down a little. I need to go. No, not that. I need to go left. Yes, there is a sawmill, so I imagine there would be. In fact, I'm taking scrap wood today. There's all sorts of different loads. Some of them are hazardous as well. And later on, you can even have military contracts. So you can actually deliver things like tanks and helicopters and all sorts of things. So yeah, there's plenty to it. And in terms of actually being a train simulation and really sort of engaging you, I think this does a fantastic job. It really does. I'd highly recommend this particular game. And I'm not sponsored by Alt Future before you even ask. You know, I've sunk in a lot of hours on this game. So Wolf's either probably watching Brutal Ball. Is it on Steam? Yes, it is on Steam. So Wolf's probably watching Brutal Ball, or is watching Brutal Ball with his left eye and watching this stream with his right eye. Does it cost money? Yes, it does cost money. I can't remember exactly how much. I'd have to look it up look it up. I think it's pretty reasonable. It's not like sort of AAA cost by any sense because it's an independent studio. Okay, so what I need to do now is reverse onto that load. So if you're wondering how I'm changing the points, I'm actually using a mod, using what I call Remote Dispatch mod, which is available at Nexus Mods, but also you can do that on the map itself, which is, you do that on the station map once you've got the, once you've got a dispatch license, because there are licenses in this game that you can have. God, it's $40 US, is that? Okay. I can't remember what I paid, but I know it would have been in pounds sterling because it's been so long. But the developers are very active. They published a big update a few months ago, so it's certainly not a dead early access game by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm guessing you're in the US then, yo boy. At least that's what I would think. I suppose this is the other nice advantage about having a small channel with a little stream like this, is you can actually respond to the conversations that are going on. Which is not a bad thing, because if you go to some of the larger streams, it's so hard to do. If you were to derail, could you respawn on the engine you derailed? Right, so you have a couple of options. You can re-rail it, or what I tend to do is I tend to load a previous save. It depends on how bad it is. I mean, at this stage of the game, in essence, I'm doing jobs, I'm getting licenses. If I had a lot of money in the bank, yeah, potentially, but I don't, I'm not the kind of person that derails on purpose. Although it does happen. Trust me, everyone that knows me and watches this stream knows that my train driving skills are legendary. For all the wrong reasons. Okay. There we go. Right. So I'll get that charged up. I'm tempted to leave that running actually, so it fills up the reservoirs. Okay, so that's ready to go. I could, although it is a lot of weight, but it will haul this on the flat. So I'm just going to get into the D2. I'll start pulling this forward a little bit. Although this is a lot to ask on a D2. Yeah, perhaps a little too much. There's other things you can do as well, potentially. So with the diesel electric loco, if you're not careful, you can burn out traction motors. With a steam engine, it can explode. So yeah, you know, there's those aspects that you have to watch out for. Right, I'm going to put the brakes on. I think, and you can cut out, and also I'm going to put the brake cut out there. Okay, so next job is to go and get the steam loco. Ah, you don't have any train games on PC. You just played Roblox. Okay, each their own. If you like playing Roblox, knock yourself out. All right, here we go. Okay, coal in the hole. That's full. Right, here we go. Come on, baby, light my fire. All right, good stuff. So we can start building up steam pressure. Blower. Is that on or off? That sounds like it's on. Okay. Let's back this up and put this on the load. Okay, brakes are cut in. That's correct. Just going to check the loco over just to make sure everything's correct. So the compressor's in. Right, let's check whether I need to oil these guys. All the running gear. There you go. That's that side. Check the lubricator. Okay, so that's the air compressor working. Good. Oh, where is it? There it is. Thank you. Not needed there. Wow, that's a good sign. Okay, good. And perfect. Okay, what else do we need to do? I need to get on. Oh, no, that hasn't helped. That's not what I wanted to do. Hang on. Okay, what I wanted to do was get up onto the firebox. Best steam engine I've ever seen. Cool. In a game, yeah, this is in terms of simulation, this is probably one of the more accurate ones. Okay, so I need to put the dynamo on. Right, okay. Right, how are we doing for water? Right, so let's add some water. Start backing her up. Okay, brakes in lap. Yep, that's all good. So let's pull this out of the siding. Oh, also save spotted. Right. Tea time. No, there isn't a fireman. You, in essence, I am the fireman and the engine driver. And that is one of the bigger challenges. Okay. Is I have to do both. Okay, about halfway on the water now. Right. No, didn't want to do that. Okay, it's forwards. But you can see the speedo. I've had it up to about 90, 100 before. But I can't see me doing that sort of speed on this run today. You never know, though. Might happen. Okay, let's go. Oh yeah, diesel electric engines are way easier. You have to manage so many different things. As well as the visibility is a problem. Andy, good to see you. Yep, still having fun with Derail Valley. Nice to see you in the stream. So we now have a man from down under. How's it going on Australia? Okay. Right, that's good. Come on, behave. What the balls is going on? Stop! Thank you. Yeah. It's nice to see you too. I know it's been a long time. So Andy's been a subscriber to the channel for well over a year. Must be. Okay. Now then. Right, let's back her up. Oh, it's getting a bit misty out there. Look at this. What if they do an April Fool's update and they added a big boy, 4014? I think this is mainly based on sort of Eastern European rail, so I don't know whether they'd do that. But yeah, that'd be something. That'd be one hell of a thing to drive. Although the big boy now is oil-fired, so it's a lot easier to manage on that score. keeping an eye out at the moment. Of course, that's going to deviate, isn't it, on the other side? So probably best to go this way. Now, this is what it would be like in reality. Oh, you'll get to hear in the whistle in a minute. Rather good, actually. Slow down a little. Okay, so while that's backing in, let me just check. Yeah, we need more coal in the hole. Come on, you're all right. You're all right. That was weird. That was almost silent. That was curious. Shouldn't have done that. Okay, so now once that's connected. Okay, so if I got the brakes set correctly, this loco is controlling the brakes for the entire train. Okay, I'm going to start the diesel engine. So this is going to be my helper engine. Okay, lights front. Lights rear. Oh, speaking of rear lights, hang on. Yep, bit of a long one, but not the longest train I've actually put together. But certainly one of the heavier ones. Let's see now. Lantern. There's end of train. Okay, good. Okay. She lit? Don't know. Let's check. Yeah, that's lit. Okay, fair enough. Right, all nicely done. Okay, we are good to go. So what I need to do now is get the train started. On its journey. Okay, brakes released, let's go. And also give it a bit of shove from the diesel. Air Market 1225, my goodness. I think I know more about UK Steam than American, I must admit. Okay, let's run ahead and hand the job in. Or jobs, I should say. So you. And you. Right. Okay, now we've got a train to catch. Okay, reverse comes back. There we go. Getting some good speed now. As we head out of the harbour. A very misty harbour today. Wouldn't want to go much faster than this. Oh yeah, you bet it is. Okay, coming up to the hill now, so we're going to need to put some more throttle in to maintain speed. And also go to the diesel engine. Ask that for more help. So far so good. Okay, so we are going to the sawmill. Right. So if I have a look at the route map now, we are coming out of Harbour. We need to go to sawmill. Not steel mill. Sawmill's down here. So we need to go left. And this way. So we need to go take the southerly route. Okay, I think that's 40. I just saw. Now, one of the biggest problems you have with a steam loco is managing pressure, water level, and coal level. In particular. But so far we are going the right way. Okay, we have a 70. and level. So, coal in the hole. Bring the grate down a little. We're going to need some water. And that means shutting down for a while. Looks like it. Let me just have a look at my watch. Yeah, so it's 7:30 now in the evening. Valley time, it's 7:45 in the evening here in the UK. We'll have a little bit of blower. Yeah, we're really low on water. That isn't good. So in essence, the diesel behind us is what's pushing us. Okay, 70 stretch coming down to probably about 50 or 40. And if we have a look at the map, yeah, okay, I can see exactly where we are. Okay, that's good. We can shut that off now. We need plenty of heat in the fire. More coal in the hole. So in essence, I'm using the DE2 as a banking engine. Okay, that's as much as we're going to get. Problem I have now is getting that steam pressure to return. So I'm going to use a little bit, or encourage a little bit to go into the chest, just to allow a draft to come into the fire. And if the steam pressure doesn't return, I'm going to have to stop the train. It is one of the challenges that you have with an engine like this. Okay, 50. No, I don't think so. Okay, Okay, this is where things get a little bit nerve-wracking. Okay, it's clear. Alright, pressure's coming back a little. So we'll open up a little more. And just bring the reverser back a little bit. Okay, that's helping. I can see the pressure's increasing a little as we come through at 50. How's the water doing? Water's fine. This takes a fair amount of concentration to do. Right, we're coming up a grade. So this is where I could really do with that steam. But at the moment, I'm still building pressure, that's the problem. Okay, 50 and increasing. We're at 50 now. So I've got to watch track speed. Yeah, absolutely thrashing the D2 behind us. But so far, we're doing fine. Oh, train brake should be off. That would help. Okay. Pressure just over 7 bar. Moment, passenger, there are stations. Passenger jobs are not actually implemented into the game yet, but it will be as a future update. That much I do know. Just turn the train sound down a little bit. Have to use less steam, believe it or not. Alright, shut her down. Okay, fire temperature. We need more fire temperature. Although it does appear that we are coming ever so slowly to a stop. Okay, fair enough, yo boy. Enjoy what you're going to make. Okay, pressure's up to 8 bar now. So I'm slowly recovering pressure. I can hear the D2 slipping behind me, as well as it's getting rather hot. So I'm gonna have to shut it down. Okay, take care. I'll see you soon. Okay, now we're getting fire temperature. Pressure's coming back. Hopefully the diesel's now cooled down. Give it a little bit of help. Okay, 60. We should be going left. Up ahead. Don't like the D4 T-Bone. Hello, Deethus. Good to see you. What, you mean the D2? Yeah, we're going left. Okay, 16 uphill. So we're fine. Okay, how are we doing? 10 bar, good. Okay, we can grease up a little bit, use a little bit more steam. So we did have a bit of a moment there. I'm thinking, oh, we don't have any steam pressure, but it's coming back slowly. Only thing is, what's the water like? Oh, God. Right, I'm going to have to do a little bit of trickle. Like that. Just to keep, just a little bit of an injection, just to keep water coming in. Okay, so I can turn the blower off. That's moving quite nicely. Dampen down too. $40 and going up in speed. But so far, so good, he says. Oh, I don't like that sound. Yeah, looking good so far. Right. More coal. There you go. Okay, we're losing pressure. That's a problem. Try and make it a bit more efficient on the steam usage. Ah, welcome back. Okay, we're getting a bit of a gain in speed, which isn't bad. Let's see if we can get a bit more shove from behind. Maybe, but yeah. Actually, let's just check. That looks... can't see what the speed limit is. But we are coming up a bit. 60. Uh-oh. Slight problem. Yeah. Oh dear. You probably can't see much, but yeah. Not so good. And I was doing so well. But I didn't know what the speed limit was. Oh dear, oh dear. Not good at all. Yeah. I'm a bit, it's a bit underwater. To say the least. Right, okay. Previous save was 2054. Okay. So I haven't lost too much time. Was it a 40 zone, Deethus? Oops. I didn't know. I couldn't see the speed limit. Okay, so yeah, brakes on. Well, let's see. Where are we on the map at the moment? Down there. Okay, so not too far from that turn. Okay, this gives me chance to make sure I've got enough water in the boiler. I put the blower on. Fire temperature's good. Brakes on emergency, that's fine. Yeah, I was doing fine all the way up to that corner. some could be a bit quicker, some could be a bit slower, but you are right. There are some very shallow, very sharp turns in this. All right, clever clogs. Get plenty of water injected, not too much though. That should be fine. Alright, just wait for the pressure to return. And then I will be on my way. What time is it in the valley now? Oh, it's late. It's getting on for 10 o'clock at night. From watching Squirrel playing this, yeah. Yeah, it's doing realistic, I know. Yeah. I think it's actually got all the... If they did add a fireman, I have seen mods that do that, but the thing is, in some ways, it does add another level of complexity. Okay, 13 bar. Equally, it would be good if you could have multiplayer in the game, but and there was a multiplayer mod for a while that was working pre B99. Okay, we're almost there. Although some people would say it adds to the challenge. Which it does. They are right. There we go. We're at full... Right, okay, so we've got full steam pressure. Alright, cinder cocks open. Brakes released. A little bit of steam pressure. Come on. See, it's rolling back slightly. Okay, sand please. Okay, now we're moving forwards. I can use the Harbour engine to give us a hand. Yeah, the map. Okay, so I'm taking a southerly route this way to the sawmill. It sounds like I'm on a gradient at the moment. Also monitoring that steam chest pressure. See if we can use it a bit more efficiently. Get a bit more shove from the D2. Okay, 70 in level. Coal in the hole. Okay, I'm going to take this turn a little bit more conservatively, I think. Like a lot more conservatively. Now, while we're doing that, I can add water to the boiler. Just lose a bar of pressure. Yeah, that's enough. 70 and uphill. Okay, let's go. Let's put it to the floor. Pedal to the metal. That's better. 17 coming down. This is a really good combo, actually. Having the D2 as a helper. Keeping an eye out. Okay, we've got a 40 curve. I'm practically doing 40 now. 42, that's fine. Give it a little bit of steam. Yeah, she's working quite hard. Look at that. Just help maintain that speed. Hang on. coal's fine. But I will put a couple of shovels in. Check water level. Water level's around half. So probably get this job delivered and then we'll take a break from there. $70 in downhill. Actually, you can. There's a very good reason. Certainly with a diesel. Right. Let's keep a bit of a brake set. This is where we crashed before. Oh, it's 30 here, my goodness. Your other comment won't load, but I don't know why. I don't have any... The only moderation I have is manual. But the last episode I did double head steam, but you're absolutely right. If you double head steam, then yeah, you have to sort of dance about between the two. But the D2 at the moment behind me is actually on a remote control. It's on this one. Rails of DG County for Roblox, okay. 18th, and you can haul about 20 pieces of cargo. Nice. Well, Deethus, along with DMW Gaming, we actually played Railroads Online at the weekend. It's a tight turn speed at 30. Yeah, you're telling me. You can't even do a double. Ah, right, okay. Right, I am going to shut down the D2 at the moment. That sounds fast. And that's because it is fast. Oh no, not again. Oh, I hate this route. I'm beginning to hate this route. Damn it. Yeah, I know. I just found it, Deethus. Oh, for Pete's sake. I'd love some faster running, I really would. But so far, this route's horrid. Absolutely horrid. Ugh. Will I ever get there? Is the question. Here we go again. Take two. Okay, so that was a couple of minutes before it happened. So got plenty of steam pressure. There'll be no harm in putting some water in. Well, now you know, keep 35. Yes! Definitely. Well, you know, it's called Derail Valley for a reason. That's for certain. I'm going to have to fill up the tank, wait for the steam pressure. How are we doing for water? Not good. We have just run out. That's all the water we've got. And we are there. Okay, blows at 100. Yes, indeed you do. In Railroads Online, you do lay some really good speed track. Although the locos in Railroads Online are a lot slower. And yet, I still managed to muck it up. Quite royally last time I joined you. Okay, that should be sufficient pressure. Okay, let's give it a shove up behind as well. And downhill. Oh, so that's going to be a lot of weight that's pushing us. So I'm going to have to wait for the back of the train to get round that 30 mile an hour, sorry, that 30 kilometre hour corner. Damn French. Okay, I can add a little bit. Let's add a little bit from the diesel. Railroads Online, basically you can lay your own tracks, but it's also multiplayer. So you can lay your own tracks, you can also deliver goods to various industries and that kind of thing. But it's myself, Deethus, and DMW Gaming that play it. And we did a stream of it at the weekend. But if you want to watch that, it's on DMW's channel. The link is in the description of this live stream. Okay, we are going downhill. 60, but we've got a turn coming up. And I have a feeling this turn's going to be quite bad. So, brakes coming on. We'll take a set. Sure enough, 40. And downhill, my goodness. So this is all going to be on the brakes. Brake set. Yeah, a little bit less. And going uphill. Okay, let's go. Let's get some speed. Trying to give this a lot of shove. I think the fire might be out. Hang on. Almost. Right, coal please. Get some temperature in the boiler. There you go. That'll help. We're at the last possible bit now. I think we're just coming in. Yeah, just coming into Sawmill now. And funnily enough, we're aligned for 3i. Now the question remains... Yep, made it. Now the question remains... What's where in terms of jobs? So I'm just going to put the brakes on. Okay, what's where in terms of jobs? Right, so I am going to... I need a torch. Thank you. Right. Okay, which job's where? Okay, so 40 is at the front. That's B3I. Wouldn't you know it? So it's the back job that needs to be in C3I, which is where? 59. It's going to be about halfway down the train. Okay, but at this point, I don't know, am I fairly level? Let's have a look. No, I didn't. No, I just want the... Ah, you... Right, hang on. Let's put you... No, unlock you. Let's put you here. Right, put you in the hand. Yeah, put you there and put you there. Right, thank you. Okay, let's have a look. Are we fairly level? Okay, so where's this 3i start? Okay, so 59. It's hard to read, but I've got 676. That's 528. Of course, it covered the other way around. So 676 to 937, 295 to 721. Okay, start from the tray. Right. No, I don't want to do that. Hang on. So that's 721. Where's 295? .356 rings a bell. Okay, so I'm about halfway down. Okay, where's 295? There's 295. Okay, so what I can do now... I'm just going to put the torch down here for a second. There you go. Right, so what I can do now is... No, don't want to do that. That... There we go. Good. Pick the torch up. Thank you. Turn it off. Right, so what I can do now is I can get this skirt to go forward. Because this job, which is 40, needs to go into B. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is uncouple here. That really hasn't helped me, has it? No, not in terms of seeing what the hell I'm doing. Okay, at which point I can then okay. What I can do now is I can run the steam loco around the back, round to the back of the train. At least that's the idea. Oh, squelchy, squelchy. Okay, that's fine. Okay, change that. Okay, at which point lefts, lefts. Normally nothing on a loading track. So yeah, we'll go round the back on the loading track. All right, good stuff. Nice and gentle. Oh, water's not looking good. Where's the station building? I think it's close, isn't it? Yes, it is. Right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to service the loco by paying station. That's probably the best thing to do. So that's 075 and what's the tender? 487. 075 487. Okay, so fees. Yeah, 075, please. Got our wallet. 115 grand in the wallet. That's quite nice. There you go. I might as well do that as well. There you go. Feast done. Right, it's 4:30 in the morning now. So it should be getting light soon. Which would be nice. Okay. Yeah. Right. Break off. I'm going to have to put more coal in the hole. But it does mean now I can do this. Now, while that's happening, I can use the residual steam pressure. It's probably also changed all the valves. Where are you? You'll highlight somewhere. I can't see. Damn it. There you are. Okay, so now what I can do is I can go round the back. At least that's the idea. Although I do need to check something. Actually, hang on. 59, 59, 59, 59. Oh, 59's in. Hold on. He says. Just had a quick look at the map. 59 is actually in position. You spanner. Right, so I can hand 59 in. So I may as well. Hang on. Right, 3i, 4i. Now I can hand 59 in. Oh, although, is there a brake on? 59. No, that's the wrong job. Hang on. What? 62? No. There's 59. Yeah, make sure there's a handbrake on it. Yeah, the back of the logo is actually... Yeah, that's fine. Back of the train's in. Cool. Good. Oh, that was a nice nice little surprise. That's cool. Right, so I can hand 59 in. Okay, we got the bonus for that. So 30 grand for that job. Which means all I need to do now... Oh, 060. Awesome. I haven't driven an 060. Okay, so what that means now is because this is separated out, I should be able to... Cab light on, please. Lights forward, lights back. Good. Brake pipe. Start the engine. Right, in theory, he says. What I should be able to do now is if I go to the back of this one. I think it's there. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. What I should be able to do now is go into forward. Oh, a little bit of slippage. Well, the brakes are off. What's the problem? Hold on. Sounds like there's a brake on. Somewhere. Yeah, there is. On the loco. And now it starts to rain. Wow, this has been an adventure. Ooh, well, that could be a DM3 as well. Okay, so I'm going to get this into the B yard. That's all we need. Train brakes, please. Oof. Wheel slide. Never good. Okay. So this has to go into B3I. Okay. That's there. So that needs to go there. Yeah, fine. Okay, we're all set. I think I may need sand for this. Okay, bit more of a shove. Wow, even with sand, it's struggling. Yeah, not good. Okay, brakes on. And throttle down. Sand off. So, looks like I'm going to have to get the 282 to give this a bit of a shove. Backwards. Okay, let's do it then. Or an 060. Mind you, the 282 is already ready to go. Okay, just need to pull it back a little bit. There we go. Again, rain. 3i. Okay, that's fine. We can go forward now. Okay, so now what we'll have is we've got obviously a loco at the front and a loco at the back. So this should be quite effective. Oh. Yep, just shunting speed will be fine. Yeah, not an easy... certainly not an easy one, that. That route, that southerly route's horrid. Has to be said. There you go. That's better. Ooh. See, this is one of the reasons I tend to play sort of more normal modes and things like that, is because you can get different views and camera shots. I don't think it changes the physics much though. A little bit of brake would be good. Wow, you can see the decline as you come out of the station. That bump in the rail. I do recall this is quite steep. And dunk. Perfect. Right. All right. Let's get this sorted out. Nope. This is walking all over the pilot. Oh, crap. Okay, hang on. That isn't good. Hang on. Can you imagine doing this in real life? It'd be really dangerous. Okay, that's got that coupled. Right, that's going to start pulling it forward. Now what I'm going to have to do is go to the forwards position, where the shunter is, and cut the brakes off. Right, let's back this in now. Sander on. So I'm going to try and do this just with the steam loco initially. Okay, it's slipping a fair bit. Okay, hang on. Let's give it a little bit of help. There you go, got it. Good. So all I need to do is just pull this in. And that brings this little haul to a natural conclusion. Okay, good stuff. Right, at which point... Right, we can do a coal dump. There we go. Make sure this loco doesn't explode. Done. Okay, cool. There we are. Right. Let's go to the station. Hand that one in as well. Again, within bonus. Well, isn't that a beautiful thing? 34 grand on that. Nice. Okay, just turn the D2 off. Okay. Good. Okay, so let's have a look at fees. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, so get rid of that. And that. Oh. Okay, so we've got about 146,000 in the wallet now. Let's have a look at the licenses. D6 would be nice. I can get Hazmat 2. That is possible. I can also get Military 1. That's also possible. Let's have a look at Military 1. Print. Let's have a look at it. All of a sudden the insurance copay goes up a huge amount. Wow, I'm not sure whether I'm ready for that. Cancel. If I go up to Hazmat, okay, let's have a look at this one. That puts it up by that puts it up by 150 grand. But I bet you the jobs pay really, really well. So that might be possible. For the time being, I'm going to hold on to my money. What jobs do we have? Not a lot. Let's go into Goods Factory. Food Factory. Forest South. Goods Factory. Machine Factory. Oh, great. Absolute. Yeah, the best job on the table is Goods Factory. 32 grand. Which is up there. And we're down there. Is there anything on the way? Well, Forest South is there. Right, so if I take this, let's say the front of the train is here. Okay, so those are the jobs we've just brought in. Food factories that way. No, don't think so. Let's have a look. Yeah, Sawmill Goods Factory is one of the better jobs, and it also means we can run up this line. Yeah, we can actually run potentially on faster lines to get up there, which is nice. Because that looks it's quite straight coming through the steel mill. So that's not a bad one to do. That's Machine Factory, which is in completely the opposite direction. So it seems these two jobs. And indeed you have. Hello, Wizard Will. You have stumbled into a stream. I hope you're well. I am just doing a little bit of planning. So if we drop that out off here, we can then come this way. So I'll put those two jobs together. It's not a lot of tonnage. It's 600 tons. So pretty much easy. That's an easy day for a 282, possibly. Or I'll have a look at see potentially we could do an 060. But with the time approaching nearly 10 past 10, I need to fix a problem with my mug in the sense that it's empty. So I suggest you do the same. So I'm going to take a break for about 10 minutes or so. So go and refresh your mugs, go and get some tea, coffee, snacks or whatever you like. And I will see you very soon. So I will see you after the break. Okay? Okay.